Let's check in on CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day, who's also the editor of CoinDesk's The State of Crypto newsletter. Hello there, Nick. So you've written about the U.S. State Department, and now they're offering to pay for cybercrime tips with crypto, and this seems complementary to the White House's ransomware task force. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so the U.S. State Department has set up a portal. Our colleague Zach Seward actually reported this, but basically they're looking for tips on cybercrimes, including ransomware. And the most interesting thing is, they're offering up to $10 million as a payment reward, but they're offering to pay this in crypto if the tipster, wants that, which is actually a first for the federal government, or at least for the State Department. And it's an interesting way to offer these rewards. The other side is that they're asking for these tips to be sent to a Tor address wallet, a .onion URL, which also seems interesting. They're requiring a little bit of technical sophistication amongst whoever wants to provide these tips.
Nick, can we just have a quick Binance update? It seems like every day there's new news on the Binance front, and what do you see as the next domino to fall?
Yeah, so today, Binance announced that they're halting the trading of their stock tokens. So, these were tokens that represented, stocks like Coinbase, and they were pretty controversial from the get-go. A lot of regulators came out and said they had concerns about what exactly, investors were buying into and what protections they had. So, I believe it was the UK, Germany, most recently Hong Kong, all put out statements saying, they would advise their, residents to be very, very careful or to, avoid entirely. And I guess Binance finally shut it down today. This is also part of, we've been talking about this, but part of this broader, global regulatory crackdown on Binance's operations. We've seen numerous regulators provide warnings. I think we might see a few more warnings, but I think at some point we're going to start seeing a lot of these warnings shift to actual regulatory actions. So, whether it's civil or criminal enforcement actions, because, I don't see this many regulators coming out with this many statements without saying, okay, well, there's something here, there's fire where the smoke exists, and, we're going to start taking action here.
You think this is going to make FTX, for instance, which offers the same kind of token, equity-backed token? Do you think that they'll maybe perhaps follow suit, or is this just Binance trying to say, "Oh, look, we're nice boys now. We'll play nicely"?
It's a good question. I mean, what I understand about I haven't seen any kind of similar warnings against FTX yet. So whether that's because FTX has a more robust KYC and disclosure methodology, or if there's something else there, I'm not sure. It could also just be that if there is an investigation into FTX, it's not as advanced as it is into Binance. Binance, of course, is quite a bit older than FTX. FTX relatively new to the scene. So it could be a couple different reasons why we're seeing all these warnings around Binance and not other exchanges offering similar products.
All right. And I wonder if there's any sense that there's some global coordination against Binance.
So I've been looking into that. The one theory I heard is that maybe the Financial Action Task Force had some role in this, but I haven't been able to verify that. And it would be a little bit outside of what the FATF usually does, right? FATF is usually publishing warnings and guidance and coordinating with regulatory authorities to, implement these warnings and guidance. But I've never, I haven't been able to find anyone who says, they would actively take part in some kind of global investigation. So I don't see this as having any support right now.